This persuasive speech uses the motivated sequence, an organizational pattern that has 5 steps: attention, need, satisfaction, visualization, and action.
If you go to a typical city or county jail, this is what you'll see. Inmates with nothing much to do. What if we could put those inmates to work, doing something that'll make a contribution to society? Today, I'm proposing that we arrange for inmates to grow fruits and vegetables in gardens and urban farms, and then the produce can be given to families who live in low-income neighborhoods. Before I go into detail about what the inmates can do, let's take a look at what's going on in our nation's inner cities. People in low-income neighborhoods have the poorest health out of any group in our society. They have high rates of obesity and diabetes. Part of the reason for their poor health is a poor diet. Dr. Adam Dranowski of the University of Washington says that low-income people get plenty of food, but often it's not the best kind of food. One aspect of this problem is a lack of fresh produce. Most low-income people don't have access to a large grocery store where it has a vast array of fresh produce. They have to rely on small neighborhood stores that can't afford to ship in fresh fruits and vegetables. Instead, they can offer canned goods and high-calorie foods such as potato chips and sodas. Parents who have been interviewed say that they'd like to be able to buy fresh tomatoes and greens and so on, but they don't have the time or the money to hop on a bus and go out to the suburbs to find a supermarket. Here is where the jails come into play. Let me give you details on how inmates in city and county jails can grow food that can be given to the low-income families. Urban farms and gardens can be created near or inside a jail complex, including on rooftops. On any given day, there are an estimated 800,000 inmates in city and county jails in the United States, according to the U.S. Department of Justice. Instead of just sitting around, these inmates could be working to grow food, and they could work throughout the year. In the winter, plants could be grown in plastic greenhouses that are inexpensive and easy to install and maintain. Has this idea been tried out anywhere? Yes. 3 urban jails have already tried this idea with great success. The San Francisco County Jail, the Cook County Jail in Chicago, and Rikers Island Prison in New York City. Let's take a look at the Cook County Jail for a moment. On a typical day, there can be about 200 inmates found pulling weeds, watering plants, and harvesting crops. These crops include fruits such as strawberries and raspberries, and vegetables such as peas, tomatoes, peppers, carrots, sweet potatoes, cabbage, lettuce, and collard greens. The food is then given to Chicago's low-income families and to homeless shelters. Ed Simmons, an official of the jail, says that inmates learn how to cooperate with one another and they appreciate the opportunity to help feed hungry children. Quote, "They tell me they'll put up with the bugs and the hard work as long as they're helping the babies and the kids." Ron Wolford, an agricultural educator in Illinois, says that the experience can help inmates find jobs in gardening, farming, and landscaping. Now, a garden project won't transform all inmates into perfect human beings, but the results in the San Francisco County Jail are amazing. San Francisco County Sheriff Mike Hennessy says, quote, "Our garden project is a tremendously effective crime prevention program." He cites a study of recidivism, that is, how many inmates return to his jail within 2 years. Of inmates who do not participate in the garden project, 55% return to jail. Of the garden project inmates, only 24% return. I have a petition that I hope you'll sign at the end of class. It'll be sent to our city and county officials urging them to set up a garden program here in our community like the ones in Chicago and San Francisco. I'm not claiming that this plan will solve all issues of crime and malnutrition, but it would help improve people's lives. Let's go over what we've covered. If we set up garden projects in city and county jails, the inmates will have a valuable experience and an opportunity to do something useful. At the same time, we can give fresh fruits and vegetables to needy families. You can play a part in bringing a garden project to our community. All you have to do is stop by the back table and sign my petition. Thank you. I'm happy to take any questions, comments. Yes?